let's see how this look. I'm not really sure. Hopefully after you get done watching this video, you'll understand how simple it is to actually manifest things in your life. So first and foremost, let's shine the light on the word manifesting. Like 3 different people, 100 different people can hear the word manifesting and it can conjure up 100 different ideas. So manifest is simply taking the thoughts and ideas in your mind and bringing them into a tangible form that you can experience or take action upon. So let's not overcomplicate it. All right. So there are several ways. There's a lot of tips and there's a lot of techniques you can use to keep a goal on your mind, because that is what leads to the success. So that if you were looking for a secret recipe or, a secret hack, it really boils down to how often you think about said objective or said goal. Some things is easier for us to think about a lot than others. Most people tend to think about negative and traumatic situations quite often. And so that kicks off a cycle that leads people away from where they're actually trying to go. Or they imagine the worst that can happen instead of trying to imagine the best that can happen. Like those things become like really realistic. So like, let's say you're supposed to show up in traffic court tomorrow. Like your mind is racing and you're imagining all of these different outcomes, right? Instead of reining your mind in and thinking about like, maybe the case will get dismissed. Maybe the fine will be lessened. Maybe the penalty will be lessened. Those are all thoughts in your control. It might be a little bit more challenging for you to think about a good outcome coming out of it. You get it. What you focus on grow, right? What you think about the most, it grows. And so the one thing that I would share is the more you can experience whatever it is you want to have in your life, the easier it will become for you to actually have it. So if it's some type of car, go test drive it. In most cases, test driving just takes up time. It don't cost you any money. You just go, you identify the car that you're looking for, and you go and you take it for a test drive. If you have a little extra money, maybe you can go to a rental company and actually rent it. Park it in front of the house, take it on the highway, drive it around town, and gather all of these experiences and feelings and whatever. It just solidifies it. So like the vehicle that I drive now, I actually rented it for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Not the specific vehicle, but a similar vehicle, right? I rented it for like 2 or 3 weeks. I liked the experience, and then boom, right after 3 weeks, went to the dealership, found the color, found the style, the trim, etc., and boom. That was it. It was like a very simple, seamless experience. It didn't require a whole lot of fluff at all. It can be like that with a house, so we relocated, right? And I needed to experience the house. I needed to go in and see what the house was like, what the counters was like, what the cabinets was like, how big were the rooms, get an overall idea of the layout of the house, right? beyond what I could see with pictures and floor plan blueprints and things like that. I needed to experience the place. So I drove 14 hours down here to experience the place. And then after that, it was a matter of replaying the experience, right? Just replaying it and kind of imagining, okay, what does this look like with my furniture in here? What does it look like with, so on and etc., right? Coming down and getting the experience, leaving the house, driving to the various areas, so that it was just like a more realistic experience. And then 3 weeks later, a month later, moved down, been here ever since. It's not very difficult, right? So I wanted to earn a certain amount of money per month. So how do you do that? So it was a multi-tiered approach. So I had some experience earning the amount of money that I wanted to make. So I drew on that experience and the feelings that came with it, and really how that impacted my life when that occurred, right? So you have that, just kind of, okay, I got some experience to draw from, and then after that, it was just more like thinking about what changes I can make to make those steps toward what it was, the amount that I was trying to achieve, and kind of fixating on it. Like, I could do this and I can do that. And then not just thinking about what I could do, but when I thought about something I could do, actually taking action on it. And it didn't take long, less than a year, consistently hitting my marks, right? And so establish new milestones, and you draw from experience, and you start thinking like, how can I do this? What are some things within my control that I can do and implement that might help me accomplish what it is I want to accomplish? And so that's manifesting in a nutshell, like what you focus on grows. So I live here, but I'm thinking of another situation that I want to be in. So what do? You go out and you I put myself in that situation to the best of my ability. There's nothing better than actual experience, because you can replay that experience over and over again. And if you think about it, that's what you do already, right? You replay past experiences in your mind over and over and over again, right? So you might not really think about manifesting money, but you might think about a business idea that you have that you want to take action on, right? And then you start thinking about the actions that you can take to bring it to pass. And then you actually start doing those actions. So you might be like, all right, I want to go to the bank and try to acquire funding. And then that brings about some things that you have to think about. Your pitch, your appearance, the numbers that you need to present, the business plan, blah, blah, blah. So now it's like you're actually working at things. You're actually involved in the process. You're taking action. There's nothing better than experience and action, right? Those are two solid, tangible things that you can replay, you can learn from, you can manipulate in your mind. So if you had a bad outcome on one of your attempts, you can imagine yourself having you could take that experience, flip it so that it become a positive, right? Hope that helps.